guys, Chelsea Briggs here with LiveOne, coming to you from South by Southwest, joined by the lovely Ms. Grit.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. We're just trying to stay, warm up here on this rooftop because it's cold in Austin right now.
In Texas.
What is going on? Besides it being a little chilly, how's your South by going?
It's been really, really great. Yeah, it's my first time here, so I've been having a lot of fun.
Have you had some Tex-Mex or barbecue?
I have,
and
actually.
Thoughts?
I'm really into it.
Which one? More?
Barbecue. Yeah, I love meat, and honestly, yeah, the Mexican food has been like next level. Cause
it's so good.
We have good Mexican food in New York, but this is like
the queso dip.
Yeah.
Have you had that yet? The cheese.
Oh
dip?
no, I haven't.
Okay, well.
Oh, I guess I haven't really had it then. Okay.
You haven't had it tonight for dinner. You gotta make it happen.
All right, we'll do.
I love that you are from Michigan.
Yes.
Detroit. I'm also from Detroit.
Amazing.
Midwest girls.
Hell yeah.
How would you say being from Detroit has like influenced you as an artist?
I don't know. Detroit just has like a really, like, I don't know, team vibe. I feel like it's been through a lot, but
right.
I've been on the outskirts of Detroit. But I was able to like intern at a studio downtown called The Simple Sound, and just like great people, great local artists, and like really just self-motivated people who want to make great music. It's really, really amazing.
Well, so much history too. With Detroit, with like Motown, and like I think I went to the Motown Museum for the first time a couple of years ago, and I was like, how have I not been here?
Oh shit!
It's like you respect all the music that comes from Detroit.
Right,
too.
right.
For you, how did you get into music? Like, what was your first memory of music? I want to ask you that first.
Yeah, I guess it would be my parents. Neither of them are musicians, but they both just are really big music lovers. Like, they blasted Led Zeppelin, Talking Heads, The Cure, Fiona Apple around the house all the time. And so I think I just naturally gravitated towards guitar, and started when I was 6 years old. And my parents bought us some recording equipment too, because me and my sisters like to sing together. And so it was always like really encouraged to like pursue music.
Did your sisters pursue as well, or they just kind of?
No, they both have really like beautiful voices, and my other sister plays piano, so we would all like sing musicals together and stuff. Yeah. What
was the moment though that you're like, okay, this is what I want to do for a
Honestly,
career?
It was like all the way when I was 6. I was just like really into it, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to make my own music or like just be a guitarist in other people's bands, but yeah, it was always music, definitely.
That's so cool. Well, I want to talk about your recent album you just released, Follow the Cyborg.
Yeah.
Such a cool concept album.
Thanks.
And there's so much I want to ask you about it, because it's just such a cool concept. Talk about, where did it come from?
Yeah, I've always gravitated towards these movies with cyborg protagonists, her, Ex Machina, and yeah, I just am really inspired by like the trope of the cyborg and how they like take their destiny into their own hands and ignore what their, male creator wants them to do, and are able to like choose their own life. And yeah.
What did you want to get across though with this album specifically with it?
I guess like I just really love like speaking through metaphors too, and using the cyborg to kind of express myself. In my own personal life, I'm a bit of a shy, reserved person, so just being able to have this kind of tool to express my own feelings through was really something that I wanted to do this album.
It's really cool. I was standing outside of Waterloo Records yesterday, and I saw your album cover on the outside, and I was like, oh my gosh, it is so like, it's like jarring when you first see it.
I was sent a picture, and I was really, that was cool.
Yeah. What was your like talk about kind of the artistic direction with it?
Yeah, I took that photo in my apartment at home. I did a lot of like the press photos for it as well, but Serial Experiments Lane is like an anime that has a lot of like cables as visual like motifs in it, and it was something that I was inspired by, and just kind of the idea of like having a bunch of cables entering my body and controlling my every organism or whatever.
Right. When making this album, obviously you have this big concept album, and it's cool because you produced it as well.
Yeah.
You're taking the press photos for it. It's like this really was like your blood, sweat, and tears through, which is really respectable. What was the moment when making this that it just kind of all came together?
I songwrite and produce at the same time.
Wow.
But I do kind of like a secondary production stage where just kind of tie in all the loose ends, and I think that's where I felt like the full picture was coming together.
Very cool. And the thing I love about your music when I listen to it, I feel like I'm like transported to a different universe. Like you just feel sort of like you're in this different world. Talk about that creative process for you and kind of creating this different universe.
Yeah, so this album was kind of different than my last two EPs. The last two EPs I was focused really on writing music for like a rock band setup, and this time I kind of went into it really wanting to explore more like electronic side of music, and I was using a lot of virtual plugins. Like before I was really focused on using analog equipment and like going into the studio and using their gear, but this time I kind of allowed myself to use more of like the computer's tools and not be such a purist about like recording, and yeah, it was really liberating actually.
Very cool, good for you. What would you say you've learned about yourself through making this album? Learned about yourself? Because you did it all yourself.
Yeah, I guess I just felt like my confidence like grew a bit. I always like, yeah, I'm pretty shy, and like before it in the last two EPs, it kind of took me a lot to convince myself that I was able to like take up space and, you know, like create art and like put it out in the world and perform for people. I just didn't feel like I was necessarily worthy of it, but
Right.
I feel like now I'm able to like proudly present my music to people, and I feel really happy with that.
That's incredible. What a good place to be right now, as you are, as I hear already thinking about your next album.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna go home and probably write some more, but
Yeah, are you inspired by Austin?
yeah, totally. No, there's so many like amazing musicians here, and like just seeing other artists play live is like really inspiring, and hearing the sounds that they create and the like moods and tones that they channel is like really inspiring for my own musical like creation process.
Do you see yourself doing another concept album, or do you feel like this is getting more of like a personal album?
Yeah, I think, I don't know, it kind of depends. I definitely want to try and like create this next album in a more vulnerable way. You know, using the Cyborg as like a tool to kind of speak through was
Right.
like really, really helpful for me, but I think I want to try kind of a different approach and trying to present myself in a more raw way, but I don't know, we'll see.
Well, we can't wait. We're excited.
Thanks.
You're obviously it's probably not going to be for. It probably won't be in 2023, right? It'll probably be. Who knows?
I don't know, maybe 2024.
It's so nice that you are self-sufficient. You do everything. You don't have to like rely on other people's schedules
Yeah.
or timelines. So that's
Totally.
great. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a couple random questions.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
What is your most prized possession?
My guitar, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good answer. Great answer. Most random place you've ever been inspired?
Like location?
Yeah.
I guess Bristol,
Okay.
over in the UK. Yeah, I was doing like a dot to dot festival, and yeah, the post-punk music in the UK is like really amazing.
Very cool. Were you like you were at a festival at the time?
I was playing the dot to dot festival that
Okay.
they do, where we go to like Manchester, Bristol, Nottingham, and London, and
Very
yeah, it was
cool.
really, really fun.
That's awesome. How about the first album you ever purchased? What was it?
Oh, I think if we're talking CDs, it was probably Kelly Clarkson. But I started collecting vinyl when I was in like middle school, and so I think my first vinyl was Arcade Fire's Funeral
Amazing.
album.
That's
Yeah.
a great one.
Yeah.
Great answer. How about the last time you cried and why?
Oh God.
Getting real, getting down
Honestly, it's been a while since I've cried because you know the medication can stop that
Right.
easily. But yeah, honestly, yeah, maybe January time.
Okay.
Yeah, breakups, all that stuff.
That'll
so,
do it. That'll
yeah.
do it. It sounds like you're due for a good cry though.
Yeah,
You know, so
yeah.
Just need that release.
Totally. I enjoy a good cry.
And what would you say is like your word for 2023? Like your intentional word that you want?
I guess I'm always telling myself to like remember that I'm a neutral being, so like being neutral is really important to me, and not, I feel like before I'm always so negative, like, and thinking that I don't deserve to be like somewhere or in a place or make a sound, you know, and so just reminding myself that like I'm neutral, and like people aren't coming into things with a negative idea of me, just like, yeah, boosting my confidence a bit.
It's imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
We all have it, man.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, and we didn't
Still
have a name for it until like I feel like more recently people started talking about it, but I feel you on that one. But
Yeah.
you're doing great. I'm
Thank
here to
you.
tell you.
Thank you.
Congratulations on everything.
Thanks so
And
much.
I'm excited to talk to you about your next album.
Yeah.
Maybe this year, maybe not.
Yeah.
Soon. But have fun at the rest of South by. And
Thank
we'll
you so
talk to
much.
soon. And thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, thanks for having me.